Greetings and God bless everybody. Happy ADHD Awareness Month, aka October. For those of us who know someone who has ADHD, or if you have it, you know that ADHD Awareness Month is every month, every day, really. But I just wanted to greet you and say happy ADHD Awareness Month. I'm making this video because I want to help out the parents of children with ADHD. My son was diagnosed about a year ago when he was 4 and a half. But myself working in the school district and just parenting my son who was a micro preemie, we had a feeling, you know, that something was going on there from when he was very, very small. We noticed some things. So we took him to a specialist and had him diagnosed, and we put some of these things in place that I'm going to share with you. Some of them were already in place, to be honest with you, but we just kind of added to it once we found out he officially had ADHD. Okay, so let me just clarify for those of you who might not be familiar with it or just beginning to learn about it. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. So it's not so much not being able to pay attention, it's kind of where to put it, not knowing where to put it. That's the deficit. My son is very aware of everything. He hears everything, he sees and notices everything. So it's kind of my job to help reel him in and say, this is where we are right now, this is where your focus should be. So a lot of times, often with me and my husband, is just calmly redirecting him and helping him know where to put his focus. The HD is the hyperactivity disorder. I find with boys, mainly, they have the H, ADHD. With girls, I usually see just the ADD. Very few with the H, whatever. I guess it's the way boys are wired. I think boys are just naturally more energetic. But the H is for the hyperactivity component, which my son definitely has. Under that umbrella of hyperactivity, what are you going to find? Impulsivity, the inability to wait. If you say don't touch something, it's you know, just tempting. It's almost out of his control, out of his control to not touch it. So you'll find the hyperactivity, the impulsivity, sometimes a little bit of anger too, frustration. So I'm just going to share some of the things that my husband and I have been using, from charts to supplements, and hopefully this will help you. As I said in my last video with the herbs and the teas, always check everything with your doctor or your child's doctor, the person who evaluated him. Cross-check all of these things. I'm not a doctor, I'm a fitness professional, a wellness professional, and a mom of a child with ADHD. So sometimes you have to experiment a little bit, but do it safely. All right, let's start with the supplements. I have here Children's DHA. You see that? This is by Nordic Naturals. Again, in the liquid form, which I love. You could just drop it in their juice. I don't have to hear the complaining about he can't chew it, he can't swallow it. Liquid form, I love it. So this you could actually use whether your child has ADHD or not. DHA is excellent for brain development. It's loaded with omega-3s. You see the little fish there? This fish is brain food. I love this because it comes with, a lot of things don't come with the measurements on there. Like some of the other supplements I'm going to show you don't have these measurements. So it makes it a little harder when you don't. But I like it because it has the measurements on there. I also like it because Nordic Naturals has confirmed on the back that their fish are checked for toxins, metals, mercury, all of that. So I'm trusting that it has been cleared, as they say. This is great for cognitive function, for learning, for social development. It's just great for the brain, period, in general. But I love it because it also has an added effect of immune system boosting. And that's another reason why I love these herbs, because most of them not only do the things that I'm looking for them to do, but it has an immune system booster, which is excellent and great in general, especially right now with this, you know, COVID that we're dealing with. I'm hoping and praying that it'll go away. but DHA is awesome. Here it says from the ages of 1 and 6, but again, talk to your doctor and see what's too early or not for you. DHA, awesome for brain development. Here, sorry, these notifications are killing me. I have Attention Daily by Gaia Kids. You see that? My husband and I started using this on my son well over a year ago. We're not ready to give him medication yet. If we find that the ADHD is affecting his ability to learn and function in general, perhaps we'll go that way. But right now we still feel like he's still pretty young. Some of the behaviors he's showing are a little typical, and this has been working pretty well. There are certain days when it doesn't work as well, depending on his environment, depending on his environment, where we are, what we're doing. You'll see that some of these things are trial and error. Nothing's perfect, but I like this because it has a lot of herbs in here that are calming, like chamomile flowers are in here, and we know that chamomile is good for calming and soothing. I drink chamomile tea every night, as does my son, to help him relax and get ready for bed, and it just helps me kind of take the day off. I drink chamomile tea. So you have chamomile tea in here, you have lemon balm, which is also another calming herb, and you have Go-To Cola. I love Go-To Cola. I could probably do a video just on Go-To Cola alone. There are so many benefits. It has been called the longevity herb, Go-To Cola. Okay, but here we're going to talk about it as far as ADHD is concerned. It has a calming effect. It's great for stress. It's great for people who cannot sleep. So again, all of this falls under kind of regulating the nervous system to get you to settle down. So that's one of the uses of Go-To Cola. Also, in here we have something called Irish Moss. Irish moss is great too. It has a relaxing component in it, and it's loaded with magnesium and potassium, which is known, those two things together are known to kind of stabilize the mood, because sometimes with ADHD, again, I see little anger moods sometimes. You know, he's not aggressive, he won't hurt you, but I see a lot of frustration and anger when he can't focus or he can't do something right. So Irish moss is loaded with magnesium and potassium, and that's a good mood stabilizer. So again, this is Attention Daily. I give it to him in the morning. It's if you go by the drops, it'll throw you off. Ages 5 to 9, 30 drops, but let me just simplify it for you. An entire dropper full is 30 drops. 2 droppers full is 60 drops, obviously. So my son, I give him a dropper full in his juice in the morning right before he gets on the bus to go to school. And I also put another dropper full in his juice that I know that he will have at lunchtime. So hopefully that's helping him stay pretty calm throughout the day. Again, it depends on his environment too. That is very important. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I don't really give it to him when he gets home, because home is home, and we have a schedule, a routine for him, and he just knows certain things. He knows that jumping is for the playground, running is for the playground. He will try it here from time to time, but I don't really find it necessary to give it to him at home unless it's the weekend and we're going to be here all day. So that's Attention Daily by Gaia Kids. Here I have by Gaia Kids also Calm Support. I give this to him at night right before he has his tea. The difference in Attention Daily and Calm Support are just a few things. This has in it, in addition to the lemon balm and the chamomile, this has skullcap and lavender, which we know just smelling lavender has a relaxing effect. I bring it to school and I keep it with some of the kids that I work with, and sometimes I just take the top off, the lavender, not this, and I just kind of let it take over, and it does help to calm. So lavender is very calming, as we know. He has a lavender bath wash too, and the other ingredient in here is called California Poppy. It's in the poppy family. It's a flower. California poppy is great for helping people relax. It's great for helping people calm down and de-stress. So I give that to my son at night right before he has his chamomile tea. And all these things do work together. So, you know, try them, see what works for you, if it works for you. The same thing as the attention daily is the same thing here with the drops. Ages, let me see, my son is 5, 3 to 6, 40 to 50 drops. So oh, this is a little different actually. 3 mLs is 90 drops. You don't want to give your small child that. But this says about 40 to 60 drops. So it sounds like I would probably have to give my son 1 or 2 droppers full, which I think I have been doing anyway for nighttime. So it looks like you have to use a little more of this than the attention daily. So again, just to recap, the DHA for cognitive functioning, attention daily to help with attending and focus at school, and calm support to get you ready for bed. All right. And speaking of bed, I already mentioned that he has chamomile tea every night with a little bit of honey, but I found that this is so helpful. This body pillow, I hope you can see it. Probably not. Ooh. But anyway, it's a pillow in the shape of an N, or I used to sleep with it in the shape of a U, but I'm trying to find it as I talk to you because it's been so helpful. My son when he transferred from the crib to his own bed, it was a bit much for him, and he kept coming in our bedroom. He kept coming with me and my husband in our bedroom, and I had to find a way to get him back in his bed, because as doctors would often say, if you keep bringing him in your bedroom, you're not going to be able to get him out, and we don't want that. So we went to the garage. Maybe you could see it a little better now where she's laying on it. If not, I can just drop the description drop it down in the description below. It's a big body pillow, kind of shaped like an N, and I used it while I was pregnant with him, and we put it in the garage. However, I noticed that my son always liked to squeeze right in between me and my husband, and he liked the feeling of the squeeze. He's an attention seeker, not attention seeker, a sensory seeker. There are some people who are sensory avoiders. They avoid certain noises, certain touches. My son is a seeker, and that's part of his hyperactivity. He is a sensory seeker, so he loves to feel squeezed. He loves to be in between me and my husband. So I went to the garage and got the pillow, and first I brought it in my room, and I pretended it was my new toy. You know, I had to play the role in order for him to really want it in his bed. So then he said he liked it, and I said, "You want to use it?" I said, "Okay, but just for tonight." And then as time went on, I kept saying, "Okay, you could keep using it." Finally, it stays in his room. His bed is large enough to hold that N-shaped pillow, and he loves it, again, because he feels like he's sleeping between two people. So you might want to look into a body pillow if your child keeps coming in your bedroom. Okay, so the body pillow is great. And he also has a routine. You see it here, Hunter's Daily Routine. I ordered this. This is by Monkey and Chops. I like it because it has the sun and the moon, morning routine, nighttime routine. Some of the routines fell off, so there's more. But anyway, I like this because it has in the morning so that he doesn't have to bother us. He knows to go to the bathroom, wash his hands. We leave a little snack out for him to grab. He knows where to get his protein shake and his little half a sandwich for the morning, peanut butter and jelly. And then brush his teeth. This is, he can play with toys and then put the toys away, and then whatever else is going to happen for the rest of that day. Nighttime, you see the little hand here saying, shh, now it's quiet time. TV's off. It's not quite bedtime, but we're getting ready for it. TV is off. He reads a book. He can have his special treat with his tea, which is usually a cookie or two. Sometimes it's just peanut butter crackers, and then he gets ready for bed. He does like to watch, again, routine. He likes to watch the same show before he falls asleep, and it's called Goodnight Moon Bedtime Stories. We have it on DVR. He knows once that's on, it's time to go to sleep. So he does not watch anything that's going to get him excited at nighttime. He's not watching Blaze and the Monster Machines. He's not watching PJ Masks. No, no, no. He's usually watching that show, that movie, Goodnight Moon, and other fairy tales. Sometimes he'll watch like Daniel Tiger. That's a very soothing show. It's very quiet, not too much excitement going on there. So again, environment is so important. The lights get dim at about 7:30, even though he goes to bed close to 9 o'clock, which is, it works for him. He goes to bed close to 9 o'clock. We dim the lights at 7:30 to let him know, hey, it's time to quiet down. Then he'll have his bath, and then the rest of the schedule will follow. That's what was missing on here, the bath, again, for the nighttime. So that helps. Routine helps. He's got his morning routine, his evening routine. On the summer, not the summer, I'm sorry. On the weekends, this chart might be a little different because he's not going to be going to school. So, you know, do it the way you want to do it. We have this. We also have a large laminated loose leaf where if it changes throughout the day, we'll write different things on it for him to follow. So routine is great. And I think that's pretty much it. I shared with you the herbs, the supplement, not the supplements, I'm sorry, the herbs, the tea, and the routine and the body pillow. If you have anything that I missed, please let me know. Again, it's always helpful. I'll share it with my husband, and we'll add it to whatever we have going here. Let's see. Lastly, I think I want to touch on how important it is to just be calm yourself as a parent with ADHD. It's not easy, and sometimes people who don't have a child who is struggling with something, they don't understand. So I would say join a support group. I joined a support group on Facebook, and it has been my saving grace. It really is helpful because some of the things I hear are so familiar, including the lack of understanding from people who don't have to live with this. All right, so find yourself a support group, be a part of it, do different activities with your son, even find parents locally who are dealing with the same thing. You know, we can help each other. That's what we're here for. That's what this video is for, to help all of us get through this. And from what I'm told, it does get better. Routine helps. Calm redirection helps. And I know it's not possible to stay calm all the time because it's just not. But, you know, take the time, the one-on-one time that you get with your son or your daughter to teach them things that they might not be able to get in school because they're just overtaken by the environment around them, by the toys, by the colors, by the books. You know, whatever you can do to get alone with them and teach them, that would be awesome. Over the shutdown of the pandemic, my son started to read because I was using that time to focus in on the ability to read, because I wasn't sure if the school was going to be able to do it. And it's not that I think they lack the ability. It's, I know my child and he's fast paced. So whatever you can do one-on-one with your child, you do that. Give these things a try, talk to your doctor, and stay calm the best you can. I'm talking to myself as I talk to you. I hope this helped you. Stay positive, and God bless.